Hi, I'm back. For those of you wondering where I've been the last few days, I missed my first blog in many years, my new moon blog, because I was separated from my laptop while I was traveling I was traveling to India. Here I am, I'm in Bhimtal. Luckily, I just got my laptop back. It's amazing. It was returned to me after losing it in the airport. It's so incredible. And I've been, in the last week and a half or so, taking a class here with Pandit Sanjay Rat. So beautiful, amazing, amazing experience. Bhimtal, the mountains north of New Delhi. I'll be headed to New Delhi tonight, and I'll probably be recording my full moon blog there, but I thought I might as well post the new moon blog since it actually did it. I recorded it when I was in California. And you'll be hearing from me again really soon. Hi, welcome to the Vedic Astrology New Moon Forecast and Tarot reading for August 30th, 2019. So the new moon is approaching. The moon is waning. How are you feeling? The moon is getting smaller and smaller, diminishing, waning down to a sliver. The end of the Amavasya Tithi, the dark moon, is the new moon cycle. And it's always interesting to look at this turning point of energies in the lunar cycle to see how things will unfold in the month to come. This new moon has got a lot going on. It's in the fiery sign of sidereal Leo, and there's a lot of combust planets conjoined it. So there's a lot of fire in this new moon, as it's been pretty much through the whole month, as I've been saying. If you follow my forecasts. If you don't, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is below to do that. And also, just to let you know, I am offering Vedic Astrology reading and Tarot readings online. You can book with me too as well. But there won't be many slots probably in the next few weeks because I am headed to India tomorrow. I decided to do a little spiritual retreat in the mountains of India, so I'm headed up. So this new moon is going to be in the nakshatra, or the area of the sky called Magha nakshatra. Magha is a powerful star. It's actually one of the 4 cardinal stars in the sky. Very powerful star, and the brightest star in the constellation of Leo. It symbolizes the heart of the lion, so it's right in his chest, the heart. And it does have to do with sort of the power of authority and leadership and self-empowerment as well, you could say, on an internal level, the self-esteem, because Leo is the one sign that's ruled by the sun, and the sun is our internal fire, our energy, our soul, the Atma. So Leo has a lot of energy in it, and a lot of planets actually are aligning up in Magha and in the nakshatra after Purva Falguni at this time. Magha has a special connection also to the afterlife because it is ruled by the Pitris, or it's home of the Pitris, the forefathers, the ancestor spirits. And it has a special also power, the Shakti, to be able to leave the body, the Shakti that brings the energy for the soul to leave the body at death. So Magha has a strong connection to ancestral karma. So this new moon could be a very good time to be thinking of people we have lost and how to connect with them and heal wounds, also karmic wounds from the past, maybe connected to our families, our family lineage. And this new moon opens the cycle for the next full moon, which is the one on, I think it's the 13th of September, and it is the full moon that's connected to the Pitu Praksha, the fortnight where a lot of rituals are done for ancestors and people we've lost in our family. It's a very healing time, and actually a very powerful time to connect with our roots and who we are and our families and healing issues from the past that may not even belong to us. So such a transformative window of time to do this kind of work. So that starts September 13th and will run till September 27th coming up. And we have been seeing, it seems, record rates of wildfires and destruction, and a lot of also stress, social stress and contention and worry, a lot of anxiety. And I think this is actually all being amplified, this energy of fire, by the Saturn K2 conjunction. Remember I was talking about this forever? It's still there. And it's leading now this karmic, this Kalasarpa formation. So the serpent of time, which tends to magnify global karma. It's like it creates sort of a level up of consciousness and awareness in people, but also tends to be often shocking how it does it. And so if you're feeling an anxiety and stress about things on a bigger level, you're not alone. There's a lot, this is a time of a lot of awakening happening. Also, with the addition of Mercury there, it's not a good time to rush into contracts or make agreements, and really practice that, careful listening skills. No kind of rushing ahead and taking risks either in situations. Try to kind of remember to slow down in this time period. Take it easy, one step at a time with everything. There's plenty of time. There's no reason to rush. And if you feel defensive or disempowered, remember to take care of yourself first. Get plenty of water, stay cool, practice yoga or some kind of self-defense art, like a martial art of some kind that can soothe Mars and bring you back into your center, into your power at this time. The full combustion of Mars, the kind of climax of it, the perfection of it, will be on September 2nd. So it's kind of like even after the new moon, he's moving into the sun even more. But the good thing is that at this point, it begins to separate after September 2nd. And this September 2nd is also the very auspicious Ganesha Chaturthi, the birthday of Lord Ganesha, who is the breaker of obstacles. So actually anything that we feel like we've been stuck with, or things that are in limbo, especially in relationships perhaps, or creative-wise, or even financial, because Venus is there too, and it can be very interwoven with our attachments on the material level as well. But after September 2nd, when Mars begins to separate from the sun, and we have this Ganesha Chaturthi, there could be a real breakthrough, I think. Okay, so let's just see what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon coming up in Magha Nakshatra. Okay, here we go. So the first card that came up is the Three of Wands. Very fiery card. The solar energy, the combustion. Maybe that's Venus, Mars, and Mercury all there. But the strength of this card actually has to do with the power of fire to do good. Like I was saying, there's this energy of courage and initiative. And Venus and Mars and Mercury being together is a lot of charisma, a lot of possibility. The next card is the Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. Very Jupiter card, actually. But I like this card because it really has to do with, also it kind of reminds me of how things come in cycles. And what comes down must come up, just as what comes up must come down. There's a natural cycle in this universe that's sort of part of the very structure, the wheel of samsara, karma. So as I was saying, remember saying not to feel rushed. At Mars, combust Mars can feel very rushed. And, with Venus, rushed to fall in love, rushed to make money, rushed with Mercury to say what you mean or to make, decisions. But this card really says it, everything in its own time, right? The wheel spins at its own velocity, at the natural rate. And wow, it's so different from the first card we got, right? All this energy of fire and courage, but this is the Hangman. This is the kind of surrender, actually. And, a lot of the fear and anxiety associated with Saturn and Ketu, wherever it's falling in your chart right now, how it's transiting, might give you a clue to how to work with this energy, how to slow down in a way, how to find your empowerment where you don't feel like you have any power. Combust Mars can really feel like this too sometimes, I think. Although I've heard it said that Mars doesn't mind combustion because he loves the fire, but and he's in Leo, which is so fiery and everything, but I think a combust Mars can often be too much even for Mars, especially with having two enemies, Venus and Mercury, there with him. He can feel pretty swamped, pretty overwhelmed. And maybe that's part of the volatility of not, wanting to fight back, wanting to push back, but not knowing how. Let's take a look. There might be so much to do, yet we feel so stuck. Everything in its own time, the changes happen naturally in their own rhythm. Everything in life is a gamble. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. Sometimes growth and new opportunity takes losing something in return. Sometimes it's better just to go with the flow of time instead of rushing into trying to control it. Just go for the ride. Wow, okay. So, thanks for coming to the new moon forecast for the end of August here, August 30th. My name is Kari Field. I do one-on-one Vedic Astrology and Tarot readings online by WhatsApp. I'll be in India, so WhatsApp works the best if you have that. Also, I can do Skype. It's always good to get a one-on-one reading with a Vedic astrologer because just listening to the horoscopes for your sign really doesn't do it justice. It's much more than that. It's not just like a cookbook that you can look into and find an answer. That's simply always. There's a lot of different variations and influences happening in each person's chart that's very unique to them. So book a reading with me in the future, and I will see you soon in India on the next full moon. Namaste.